Welcome back to Sambo Stop Mo's, and I'm Sam. I hope you enjoyed that little stop motion. I've been having fun making those lately now that I have a little more time being home from school and in quarantine and all that other stuff. So today I have an MX 180. Of course, it's a Case IH because it's red, and this is one I did a little while ago. Yeah, we can start in the front here. I'll just give you a little rundown of what I did to it. So in the very front, for the lights, there was a decal there before, and I actually put in some hot glue, cut that down, and it makes it more of a 3D look. I don't know exactly how I like that, but it'll work. So I did add a steerable axle, and I actually took the old axle that was on it, and I drilled the holes, and then put straight pins and did all that. That's hard on drill bits, but it turns out nice, and I didn't connect the wheels, so that could be a little funky. You just kind of have to make sure they line up. And then the front wheels I got off of Boston Implement. So this was actually a two-wheel drive tractor to begin with. They do make a four-wheel drive tractor, which I'll talk about in a second. So I saved the decals on this. They look a little hair messy, but it'll be okay. So I filled in the seam the whole way around, and I think that especially in the case tractors, I don't know, I just don't see a ton of nice filled-in seam case tractors. At least I don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. So I painted the steps silver. I put new duals on it. It was dual before, but it came with those ugly ones, if you know what I mean. And these aren't ugly. You could put singles on it, but if you pull the tire off, you'd have to put this tire back on, if you know what I mean. And that wouldn't look terrible. Let's try that out real quick here. I had to do some spacers and stuff there, so that would fall apart. That's for another time. I did make the cab come off, and you can see in there, I added some paint detail on the seat, levers, pedal, added a new steering wheel, and that was about it. And I painted around the cab real nice. Put that back on there. And for the rear end, I got a Farm Factor 3D 3-point hitch, or quick hitch, I guess. And for actual 3-point levers or linkage pieces, I just cut those out of little pieces of plastic, so I didn't waste any in it. It looks fine, and I just used a plastic little piece for a hitch. And as we come around, you can see I put on a new silver exhaust pipe. I think that really brings these tractors to the next level, and you can see here that my paint is falling off of the front wheel, and that is not good. So, if you want to see how this tractor started, we'll bring this little guy in. This I had since I was very, very little. And another thing I did to this is I cut the front weights off, as you can see here. So this is how it started. It didn't have much detail up there, and I guess it was tan before. I did paint that gray. I kind of have to look at this to see what I did. These were the ugly tires that started on it, and I got these nicer ones now. So the biggest thing I did was I added cab glass to this. And if you know what I mean, like if you watch my John Deere 7810 video, when you cut that casting apart, you get two pieces of cab that come off, and you can put that back on here without filling in your seam first. With this, it's just two pieces, so you have to glue, fill in the seam, and do cab glass count all at the same time, and that was really tricky. So what I did was I cut the cab off, and so I had this, and then I didn't have the cab on, and then I ended up JB welding it, and it was kind of a mess. And you can see here that the front end there's like gaps and stuff, so I'm working on a different way to do that, kind of pre-gluing and doing some different things. So I'll show you how that turns out when we get there. That is on another case. So I've been enjoying working on these larger case tractors. They're pretty fun. I feel like you don't see a ton, like I said. I need to work on some bigger, newer John Deeres. I haven't ever done that, actually, so I'd like to do that. And so this is one of my favorites. It just looks sharp, I think. So I can do better on the next one, I feel. So that's about it for me. I'll be still here in quarantine till further notice. Just keep chugging along, keep building custom farm toys, and they always say we'll get through it, and I believe we will, and with the help and faith in God. So if we do that, I think we'll be just fine, and we can keep buying more farm toys and building farm toys and other stuff too, because it's not really all farm toys. But so I'm Sam. Thanks for stopping by.